Hi, my name is Joy, co-lead at Angular Kenya, and this year we focused on cracking the architecture in Angular. Our main talks were mainly about Gemini API and how to integrate it in Angular applications. We had a talk on decorators. We also had a talk on turn-stack query.
We want to go straight into the keynotes. I'd like to welcome on stage Alela Atieno to give us a Google Developer keynote. And as she comes on stage, please, round of applause.
So my name is Atieno Alela, part of the developer ecosystem team at Google. I work with Google Developer experts, basically just helping, bridge the gap between what we have as content and what developers know on the ground, and also just building the whole tech ecosystem across SSA. But my focus is going to be on building AI-powered Angular applications. Now, Angular is, as far as I'm concerned, it enables you to build robust applications, right? Basically also making the whole integration process easier. Now, if you're thinking about integrating AI into your Android, I have a bias. Maybe I should be speaking at Android 2.5 today. But you want to build something that has better UIs, you want to give descriptions. Now, because with Angular, it has a better output as compared to a lot of other things, right? If you're thinking about the whole architecture and the signals, the only reason I know signals is because I've come for so many Angular Kenya events, so at least I know what signals are and how they react. Now, the signal-based architecture enables you to do a lot of managing state and data, right? And this happens dynamically. Another thing is, with Angular, it's easier for you to integrate the AI SDKs and APIs.
There are three ways in which Angular renders its content. So we have the first one, which you're seeing here, which is CSR, which is a normal way that Angular loads its content by default. And then we have SSR, whereby when you compile the code, it returns two compilation. So we have one that will be used on the server, and then we have another one that will be used on the browser, okay? And then we have another one, which is a bit down here, called SSG, which technically just renders HTML files alone, okay?
So in V20, I think as you've noticed is that quite a number of features. They're polishing these features, and at the same time, it's really improving the developer experience. And so let's take a look at some of these highlights. So one has been reactivity features. For those who have worked with Signal for quite a while since it came out, I think it was in V16 or V17, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so we've had quite a journey when it comes to signals. And after the wide adoption, there's been quite a huge positive feedback, and most of it has been one, for example, they're able to control the change detection, and at the same time, the YouTube team actually makes use of Angular. I think it's Angular and Wiz, and one of the key improvements they've mentioned is the latency. And as you can see over there, it's like 35% input latency improvement. And then some of the APIs that have now been moved to V20. I think for those who are experimenting with them, Effect, Link Signal, and ToSignal, right now they're quite stable, so you can make use of them in V20 for those who would like to even go deeper into it.
Hi, we're here with Hassan Bahati at NG Kenya 2025, and once more, tell us your name.
My name is Hassan Bahati. I'm really excited to be here. What I do on a daily is in line with open source. I do work with Evertaste, and at Evertaste we do build software that enables developers to succeed. This kind of software varies from libraries, SDKs, and so much more, basically empowering developers in their development journey.
I'd like to ask you, what do you focus on when you're building these tools?
Yeah, that's actually an interesting one, because oftentimes being a developer, building for developers, it is very easy to assume certain things and get to assume that someone will be able to understand something without an explanation and stuff like that. But one consideration lately is building this kind of APIs in consideration of how easy it could be from the person going to use it. Trying to make it really straightforward, and also laying out different parameters and different configurations in a way that's very simple and relatable. Yeah, relatable.
Yeah, that's
to the
amazing.
developers.
I want to know from you, so does everyone else watching this, what brought you to NG Kenya 2025?
I would say I got interested last year,
Yeah.
and it was the first time I got to learn about NG Kenya.
Yeah.
It was around July, October. I don't remember the exact date when Angular Kenya happened last year,
Right.
but I saw the pictures, and it was a really vibrant community. And I was like, wait, we are building Tansta Query Firebase for Angular. I think this would be a really amazing community to check in with, attend the event. And to me, the expectations I had earlier on, getting here, it's been that amazing.
We met your expectations.
Really, really amazing. So very much.
That's good to hear.
So NGRX is now a state management library that is inspired by Redux, and it is built on RxJS. And the core philosophy behind NGRX is having a single source of truth. I think I've mentioned that, having all your states managed in one singular place.
What would you say are like your coolest features with the new Angular that we have?
I think something I'm liking about Angular, it's the new kid on the block. It's signals, but at the same time, I like the way that we've moved on to standalone modules. NG modules had their own thing, but I'm liking the direction that we've taken with standalone, with signals. But I'm still hanging on to the old love of RxJS. I like RxJS, it has its place. So
Your first love.
yeah, it was hard for me, but
Yeah.
the moment I started understanding some of the internals, I kind of loved RxJS. But let's see, it's a mix
Okay.
between RxJS
So
and signals.
for somebody who's like just coming into Angular, what do you say would be like their best place to start, or what advice would you give them?
I think for somebody who is coming into Angular,
Yeah.
my first advice is always that before you learn the framework, learn the concepts. Because all these frameworks, they kind of carry the same concepts, but each is opinionated on what it does and how it executes those concepts. So if you're learning React, React has its place. There is a place where it works best. Angular has its place. And as you learn Angular, so that the curve is not so steep, start with learning the concepts. Learn simple things like inheritance, what is composition, what are interfaces, what is implementing, what are abstract classes. If you learn those simple things and simple concepts of programming, picking up Angular is easy, because you'll not be seeing magic just happening.
You'd be too far off or confused and be like, what's going on? What's happening?
Now you know what is doing the magic.
All right.
So I think that is what I would say. And then don't be afraid to go into the documentation.
Okay.
It tells you the...
Especially documentation.
Yes, I hated documentation, but over time, actually I have learned that documentation is my friend.
Yeah.
And I don't need to know everything about Angular. As long as there is documentation, I don't need to memorize everything. Just
You can only start somewhere and pick up from anywhere. Yeah. Do you think we can use Angular in blockchain? Is that possible?
Yes, Angular can also be used in blockchain applications, because with blockchain they have a lot of libraries which support JavaScript. So you can use blockchain, and actually from my experience, Angular builds very good applications which you can easily integrate with enterprise applications. So if you have a client who wants a blockchain solution using Angular, you can always give it a try.
Very possible.
It's very possible, and with the new features actually, Yeah,
All
it's
right.
a great framework. Yeah.
So Elvis, can you tell us what your topic was today in NG 2025?
Yes, my topic was on Angular scalable navigation patterns, and it was just basically explaining how you can use Angular router to build scalable navigation patterns.
That's amazing.
Yes.
All right. Can you get a role as an Angular developer? Let's start there. Is it possible?
Yes, definitely. It's very, I'd say the market is not flooded with Angular developers. So for junior developers who are looking to join into the market, this is your time for that. You just need to know your stuff in Angular. The learning curve is not the same as to something like Vue or React, but once you start to build large applications, Angular is the go-to platform to do that.
And is there a demand for Angular developers in the market?
Yes, there is a huge demand for Angular developers.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked all our other speakers.
Yes.
What are your expectations with Angular in 2026?
Definitely growing the community. Yes, seeing more junior developers getting into the Angular tech space. Yes.
And feeling the demand that's there.
And feeling the demand.
And getting the roles that exist.
Yes.
So if you recall, was it version 18 when they introduced the new signal-based inputs and outputs? I think it was 18 or 19, then stabilized in 20. So one of the Kizungu ni gumu. One of the new inputs that was introduced is a model. So this enables two-way binding out of the box. So unlike an input, you can only use it for input, and output, you can only use it for output. This is now enables both ways.
Hi guys, that has been NG Kenya 2025. We hope to see you in NG Kenya 2026. We are going to be talking about integrations in Angular. Submit your talk. Thank you.
And we'll see you in 2026.
NG Kenya 2025.